placed in a foundation of justice that our ancestors paid for years and years and years ago. So we can't sit here and act like this won't weaken the human perspective of what real justice is. And if we want real justice, I think we all have to begin in our own hearts. That we can't wear the hoodies, and we can't post the Facebook pictures, and we can't hold up the signs unless we embrace justice in our own hearts and in our own lives. That says if I have children, I'm going to take care of them. If I have sons, nobody got to look for me for child support. Not to cuss out a teacher, but I'm running to a PTA meeting. I'm going to a student council meeting because not only do I want justice for Trayvon, but I want to live a life of justice. I want my life to mean something. I want to live a life of truth. So I want to leave you with this. That we want justice for Trayvon, yes, but not just Trayvon. We want justice for every blood spill, every unjust blood spill. We want justice for every one of our ancestors who were slaves. We want justice for every senseless act of violence. Somebody make some noise. Just let this be a moment. Let's make it a movement, baby.
While he was watching the game, he decided to go down to a local convenience store to go and get his little cousin some candy. On his way back from the convenience store, he was spotted by a man named George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman decided to call 911 and said this: there's a real suspicious guy. This guy looks like he's up to no good, like he's on drugs or something. Zimmerman goes back and forth between the 911 dispatcher. The 911 dispatcher instructs Zimmerman not to follow this person that he found suspicious for whatever reason, but he decides to do so anyway. That day, George Zimmerman had on him a 9mm gun. He got out of his car and decided to pursue Trayvon. What we do know is that Trayvon Martain ended up with a bullet wound in his chest.
We might avoid some of the tragedies. If we continue to do this in the future, we may avoid future tragedies. Nothing changes overnight. We're not going to wipe out all the crime and all the murders that happen in this city in the danger. But I'll tell you what we can do. We can stop one. And then if we stop one, we can stop two. And then 3, 4, 5, and we can...
No justice! No peace! No peace! We got work to do, and we got to rally like this as an entire community all the time. We don't need this. We have senseless killings happening all the time. We got family members cause today. We all have to come together, not just for big national things, but things that happen on local levels every day. No justice, no peace. No peace. No peace. Thank you.
Not a race, not a gender, not a class has a monopoly on being a victim or being oppressed. Very good friend, Samaya, her parents are Iraqi. She immigrated. She said, if African Americans have been here longer than me, but still abused racially, how can I be treated equally? I guess I'll just wait in line for what the Constitution